Covering Flint, Saginaw, and Bay City, this is ABC 12 News at 11, starting with breaking news.
We saw the funnel clouds start forming, and the wind picked up a lot.
The entire ceiling was caved in on the floor. The couches were all pushed up into the kitchen where we were, climbing over all that, the glass.
It was so loud that you didn't know what happened, and you walked out in the whole shop and you saw everything was just gone.
A frightening and devastating night around mid-Michigan after a confirmed tornado touched down in Shiawassee County.
More than 50 homes damaged in that county alone, and thankfully no reports of injuries or deaths. The powerful storm quickly moved east, leaving a path of destruction in Vernon Township, Durand, and other parts of our area.
That damage stretching all the way to Genesee Township. A mobile home park was hit hard by what early spotters think were straight line winds.
We'll check in live with our team out in the field in just a moment. But first, we want to get to our expert to tell us what happened tonight.
Chief Meteorologist J.R. Kurtek was with us all evening long, along with Brad Sugden and the rest of the First Alert HD weather team as those storms move through.
That's right. And your work isn't done yet. We want you to walk us through what happened tonight.
That's right. Well, there's going to be about 18 miles that the National Weather Service is going to be observing from about Vernon in Shiawassee County up through Mount Morris. Yeah, we think maybe the tornado skipped a little bit, hit a couple of spots, and then there were some straight line winds too. 6:10 p.m. a watch was issued.
Right.
6:30 a severe thunderstorm warning was issued for Shiawassee County. At 6:47 all hell broke loose. And we really had some active weather right on through the 7 and 8 o'clock hours. As a matter of fact, damage all the way up into Tuscola County too, near Mayville, with some shower and thunderstorm activity. We take you back to 6:30 again. This is right when the watch was issued. The storms were crossing the 127 corridor as we headed into that time frame right near 7 p.m. That's when the tornado warning was issued. North of I-69, southeast of Owasso, we started to track a tornado on the ground, and that continued to make a move into Genesee County through the 7 o'clock hour. The storms weakened a little bit, but held together enough to cause some damage in Mayville. That was during the 7 and 8 o'clock hours up into Tuscola County. Strong cold front moving eastward out of mid-Michigan during the late evening time. So right now you can see across mid-Michigan things have quieted down markedly. We still may have a few showers here and there, but really the bigger story now is with that cold front off to the east and the threat of severe weather done, it's colder air making a move back into mid-Michigan. It's 47 in Flint right now with a westerly wind at 15. Saginaw 45 degrees with a westerly wind at 21. Those breezes will be staying strong. Your complete forecast is coming up.
All right, JR, thank you. Well, the National Weather Service says that large and extremely dangerous tornado was spotted at 7:04 this evening near Durand and Vernon.
The powerful winds ripped through a machine shop, which is where we find our Amy Hybels tonight.
Matt, we're standing in front of the Great Lakes Fabrication and Machining Shop out here on M71. I'm going to step out of the way so that my photographer can zoom in and show you some of the damage. As you can see, the roof is completely ripped off. Some of that siding is just flapping in the wind. Thankfully, no one was working when the tornado hit this evening. We talked with an employee, Roger Hathaway, who says he considers this place his second home.
Station, and I was just so glad that no one was inside.
Now, right across the street, 3 apartment buildings suffered damage. On one building, the roof was torn off. Trees and power lines are down everywhere. The Sheriff's Department says more than 50 homes have been damaged or destroyed out here in Shiawassee County. One of the worst hit areas, I should say, is the Lakeshore Condos area on Terrell Road, where the sheriff says the tornado touched down this evening. Now, they have set up a grid in an attempt to try to assess the damage out here. He is asking people to please stay in their homes tonight in order to let them do their jobs and avoid any contact with live power lines.
Please stay back from the lines, and we encourage people to stay in their houses. Don't go outside at this time, especially after dark when you can't see what's going on out there.
Now, for those needing a place to stay this evening, we've been informed that an emergency shelter has been set up at the community center in McCurdy Park. Matt and Angie, back to you in the studio.
Wow, just amazing video out there.
Luckily, no one was hurt.
Yes. Well, terrifying moments for people living in Bancroft. A home and a barn with people inside were hit by a tornado tonight.
Thankfully, everyone there made it out safely. ABC 12's Matt Whitkos was first on the scene, and he's been there all night. So, Matt, what can you show us?
Well, right now, Michigan State Police trooper is up in the sky in his helicopter surveying the damage. He's looking at homes in the area, including this barn that's behind me here. It's hard to see right now because of how dark it is, but the roof was taken off by this tornado. Now, I was talking with the owner of this barn. He says he believes the whole roof shifted over about 6 feet. Now, his son and his friend's son was inside and just listened to the terrifying moments at this tornado.
It shook a lot.
Frightening moments for people living in Bancroft Thursday night as a tornado touches down.
Never experienced this in my life, never thought it would ever happen.
Like I said, the living room came bursting in and we dropped to the ground and covered.
Tanner Frederick says the only warning he heard was on his phone. He only had seconds to get to safety.
5 seconds, I mean, it sounded like a train was going right by you. And it lasted 5 seconds and it was gone.
The barn's roof ripped off and cinder block walls knocked down. The man cave now missing a wall. A similar scene down the street. Jessica Fate was inside as the tornado ripped through her home. She's holding her dog Bella tightly to calm her down.
Very, very thankful. Could have been a lot worse.
Fate still looking over the damage inside.
Actually had to climb over everything. The entire ceiling was caved in on the floor. The couches were all pushed up into the kitchen where we were. Climbing over all that, the glass, like I said, the roof.
It's definitely not something to be taken lightly anymore for a tornado warning.
Now it's a much different scene here from a few hours ago. Check out the cleanup process that's been underway. As you can see, the road has been cleared off. Obviously, still a lot of trees and branches off on the sides of the road. Now, I was talking with one son who was inside this barn. He was out here earlier today. He used his forklift to move the larger trees off the roadways, kind of to really help these emergency personnel to really get inside this area and really survey the damage. Reporting live here in Bancroft, I'm Matt Woodcoast, ABC 12 News.
A lot of cleanup there tomorrow.
Yes, a lot of work ahead. And poor Bella, you see the dog was still shaken up. The storm pushed on into Genesee County, causing more damage there. One of the hardest hit areas, a mobile home community in Genesee Township.
And that is where we find our ABC 12's Ann Perrett live now to show us the damage. And you showed it to us on Facebook. Just unbelievable what happened out there.
Matt, Angie, the winds were incredibly strong here. I'm told at least 10 to 15 homes were damaged in this area. Take a look at this one behind me. It was tipped over, completely knocked off its foundation. We are at the Camelot Villas, just off Genesee Road near Francis Road, where at least 15 other homes again were damaged. Both Genesee Township Police and fire have been out here helping the community for hours.
We have roofs ripped completely off 2 or 3 different trailers. We got trees twisted, tops are ripped right off. There's heavy damage throughout the trailer park here on the northeast side.
Assistant Fire Chief Don Fremd says there are no injuries, just several displaced families tonight. One older couple did have to be rescued from their home after their roof flew off, but the park manager says they and the others unable to return home tonight are with family or friends. Emergency responders are still out here working now with Consumers Energy. Fremd says they went to recheck the homes and they discovered a few gas leaks. We also spoke with a family who is still in their home tonight. The storm took a few pieces of their trailer, but their power is still on.
I seen the awning go fly. I just seen it whoosh. And I said, get down. I got down, just jumped out of my chair and got down right where we were.
I'm trying to shut the door, and it just that quick, it was over. It was just like that. But you could feel it was like a train going right by the trailer. It was shaking, and it was insane.
Those two repeatedly telling me they are very grateful to be okay tonight. And what's next? This mess you can see behind me. There are piles like this throughout the community, but I'm told they will likely start to take care of this in the daylight. For now, live in Genesee Township, I'm Ann Perrett, ABC 12 News.
And Matt, Amy, thank you so much. We're going to check back with you guys in just a little bit. In the meantime, thousands are without power in both Shiawassee and Genesee counties tonight. More than 5,000 are in the dark in and around the Durand and Vernon area. Utility crews are still assessing the damage. There is no estimated restoration time just yet, but as you can imagine, tomorrow is going to be spent cleaning up and trying to get those lights back on. A lot of damage, and those storms happen just like that.
It was so quick and just such a long path of damage.
Absolutely.
Just a lot of work. And it's amazing with all those trees down, the roofs taken out, that no one was more seriously injured.
Thankfully.
God.
JR said about 18 miles that it stretched too. So and very intense too, judging by those the video coming in from Ann Perrette with the mobile home community.
Just lifted right off the
Lifted
foundation.
Right, and then where Amy Hybels was, they had that commercial building with the rip just basically ripped off. And, you know, people were sending a lot of pictures and videos to our Facebook page. And it's
talking about that wind
about,
and the sound, that sound that they all described, like a train, this loud sound, and how dark the skies got. And it was very, very fast.
Yeah, stay with us. We're going to have much more coverage. We're going to check back out with our crews coming up a little bit later.
Another look at some of the damage in Shiawassee County tonight. As of now, the sheriff tells us there are no known injuries or deaths after a confirmed tornado touched down near Vernon.
Our Amy Hybels is live outside of a business there in Durand that was severely damaged. What can you tell us, Amy?
Well, Matt, lots of damage out here this evening, including this business behind me. But the big takeaway is thankfully nobody out here this evening was injured or killed. The workers left about 5:30. Sometimes they stay out here as late as 8 o'clock tonight. We've got some video we'd like to show you now that gives you a